anything that resonates with you, if I'm giving a reading to someone else, if it resonates with you, it's also for you. Take what resonates, leave behind the rest. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to a very special episode today, which I'm so excited. We did a free Akashic Record group reading. I sent out an email and said, hey, join me live. And we are going to record this podcast. And we had a bunch of people show up. And I picked several listeners to receive a reading. And I love doing group readings because when we're in group, and it doesn't matter if you watched it live or you're watching or listening to it now, whatever resonates with you that someone else received in reading, because we're in a group, that message is also for you. So take the parts that resonate, keep those, and then disregard anything that does not resonate. In this episode, we have people that ask questions about relocating, about changing jobs, changing careers, being a healer, letting go of the past, resetting the nervous system, letting go of fears. We get into all sorts of different topics, but you'll soon see a theme within the episode. And that's the beautiful thing about the records. They can share support and guidance in any and all areas of our life. And I never know what someone's going to ask before they hop on. And so this was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it. And remember, you are responsible for your own decisions in your own life. So anything that you receive in this, remember that it's your life, it's your decisions. Myself, my company is not held responsible. Make sure that you take responsibility for your own steps and your own actions, because you deserve to live the best life. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And also, there's a very special free masterclass series that we're going to be doing for the month of June. So if you're interested in joining us in that, make sure you click the link below or in the show notes and sign up for the Light Language Illumination Masterclass series that is happening in June. And it's a week of free healings, which I'm super excited. So without further ado, let's jump into the free group Akashic Record readings and take what resonates, leave behind the rest. All right, let's do it. The first person I'm going to do is Raven Ann. Couple things. One is I already have the records open, so that just saves us a little bit of time. Do you have a bird?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I have 4.
Oh, you're good.
So I'm in the quiet space except for them. So.
You're good. I grew up with birds, so that's why I'm like, oh, I can totally hear that that's a bird. So, all right, my dear. So what we're gonna do is you can ask one question, and then if you have some follow-up questions, you can ask that. I'll keep time, and then go from there. Also, and again, guys, if you're hearing something that I'm sharing with Raven, you can, if it resonates with you, it's for you as well. So go ahead and ask your question, Raven.
What kind of questions really does it pertain to? Like, it can be asked during this. I guess I've never actually done
anything that you want to ask that supports you in your life. So I love that you're asking this, because the Akashic Records is one of the most amazing tools in terms of assisting us in evolving. So you can ask anything from any area of your life that you're wanting some more fulfillment around. If you want to ask more of a general question, you can ask more of a general question. Or if you have something going on, I'm hearing that you have something going on in your life right now that you can use support with. So why don't you ask a question around that?
I guess because right now I'm going through some big career changes, and like there are times where it's very much like I'm really like, yeah, let's go. And other times where it's all like, I'm terrified and can I actually do this? So I guess like if this is actually the right direction I'm supposed to be going in, or should I be leaning towards something a little more my normal style, I guess.
Are you meaning practical, meaning more practical?
Well, I guess what I'm doing right now is I'm leaning towards a tech career, and I'm like, this is something I've never done before, and yeah, I don't know if I should like continue with it or should I go elsewhere or so.
Awesome. So there's a couple of things that the guardians are saying is one is the reason why they had me ask, like, are you wanting to lean more towards practical? And the question is, do you want to see where you can stretch yourself, or do you want to sit with the question, what if? What if I didn't do that? And so the question for you would be, and I love that you're sitting here thinking about it, is you have this desire to do something. What's the worst that could happen?
I just have a big fear of failure, honestly. So like I'm afraid that I won't be able to do it. And if I do fail, how badly I will react to it, because I do not handle that kind of thing very well. So yeah.
Okay, so they're wanting you to let go of practicality, because another term for what they're trying to say is being comfortable. Because if you sit in the same career and you're just comfortable, and I'm putting that in quotations, that means you're just being practical because you're in fear of failure. The true question is what's the worst that could happen? And you said, well, I could fail. It could be the worst thing that could happen. But even if you fail, what would you learn from that experience? There's many things that you can learn. You can learn that, oh, this type of tech doesn't work for me, but this direction in tech does. Or, ooh, I'm really good at this area in this field, but I'm not so good in this area. And so we have opportunities for growth in failure. And so they're wanting you to reframe that you're never going to fail if you don't begin. And so you have to begin to even give yourself the opportunity to fail. So there's that piece. The next piece is you're never really going to fail if you have, and you look through the experiences of what did I learn from this experience? Because you're going to sit with this idea of what if you just stay comfortable and be practical in staying in a career that's not really feeding your soul. So you feel like that career is feeding your soul right now?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The career that you're in right now, do you feel like it's like nurturing your soul, feeding you, giving you back what you truly desire?
I mean, like, if anything, it's making me feel like I'm able to accomplish stuff. It kind of has like reawakened like my love for learning. So
say your love for what?
Love for learning.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm like constantly wanting to go like this way or that way, and right now it's like, okay, but focus on one. Don't do too many at once. So
and that's your current career, or this possibility with tech? I just want to clarify.
This possibility with tech.
Okay, great. In your current career, how does it make you feel when you think about that?
Like, honestly, like I feel like I'm at the end of this current, because it's just like there's so many like things like coming in at once right now that's just like so bad, and it almost feels like a message to like just get out now. So
yeah. And like they're showing me it's like a knot ringing in your stomach, and just even looking at it, you're like, ugh. So part of this is for you to be okay to fail. Okay. I know that's like complete polar opposite. But if you don't start, you're never going to know. And you're going to not be, it's going to be clunky in the beginning, but you're not going to fail. But you have to be okay with that possibility, regardless of no matter what it is that you're doing in your life. And just like riding a bike, you have to be okay with falling off of it when you're learning how to ride a bike without training wheels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the more that you decide, I'm going to do this, you're going to start feeling your creativity expand, where that knot in the tummy from the career that you're in now actually moves to this nervous, excited energy of starting a new career. And nervous excitement can feel the same as like, ooh, I'm not sure, but it's excitement that's to follow it. And they're saying, don't be comfortable. Don't be practical. Stretch your wings and dive into where you're being followed. Because what I see you doing is dabbling in all sorts of different areas of tech, and then you're going to find where your genius is in that particular field.
Okay.
Helpful?
Yeah.
Awesome, my dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks. Next person to volunteer. Did any of that resonate with you that I shared with Raven? If it did, there's this concept of failure. And they're saying, like, you got to try, you got to take a leap of faith. Otherwise, you're not going to know if you're going to fail. You're just going to sit in the what ifs, and the what ifs create analysis paralysis and keep you stuck. So just jump, jump. All right, I'm going to pick the next person. Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I have to have my computer and the phone on because my computer, I can't hear the sound. So.
Oh, no worries. You found the loophole to hear. No problem. Well, thank you for joining us today. What question would you like to ask in the Akashic Records?
I have very many questions, but the most important one is I'm trying to relocate to the beach, but I'm not sure where should I relocate to?
I'm hearing small beach town, like small is important. Not anything like super populated, like not like a tourist beach town. What are your options that you've been considering?
Well, I was either thinking about, since I live in Texas, staying in Texas or moving to somewhere in Florida. I'm not sure.
Have you considered Corpus Christi?
Yeah, I lived in Portland. That's over there by Corpus Christi, but I was thinking maybe like either Rockport or Galveston.
Galveston's a good option for you. They're saying that Corpus Christi would be a great place for you to visit, and it will assist you in understanding exactly what you're looking for. Because I just see you going to like Corpus Christi and you're like, okay, like I kind of get the vibe, I get the energy, and this is what I like, this is what I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I see you staying in Texas. I don't see you going to Florida. I see you staying in Texas. And that will give you a clear understanding of what once, because what I see is like 3 forks, like 3 branches that you can do. And the Corpus Christi is like, there's a particular energy on this. And it's just for you to either go for like a day or 2 or for like a week vacation, because you're going to get a better understanding of what works for what you're looking for and what doesn't. And they're saying that staying in like an Airbnb or some sort of home versus hotel would be very helpful. And staying near the ocean would also be great. And I'm not sure if that's in your budget or if that's something that you're interested in doing at all. But they're saying that taking even if it's just a day trip, it's going to help you understand where your energy matches and where it doesn't match. And they're saying that that's the lesson in the move.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Of what I'm saying with that's the lesson in the move with the energy match? Because they're saying if you go and you go to this one place, which you know it's not for you, you're going to have a really clear understanding of what's not for you, but you're going to understand the little quirky things that you love about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's small other things that you admire and really would like to have on your wish list, but it's okay if they're not. But the small quirky things are the musts that you'll have. And it's a part of you owning your voice and manifesting. And let me say that a little bit differently. It's part of you owning your voice and affirming what you desire and what you are choosing to create in your life versus leaving it up in the air.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It makes total sense, because I was, debating either Rockport or Galveston or even Aransas Pass. So I wasn't sure.
Yeah, those three options are really good. So once you go to Corpus Christi, you're going to narrow it down to 2. And then if you want to, are you in a big hurry to move?
No, not really. No, but like
Okay.
I said, I want to take my time, and, because I'm not getting any younger. I'm 61 years old, so it's probably going to be my last move.
Perfect. So they're saying, and I have goosebumps everywhere because they're really wanting you to take your time with the decision. And so step 1, go to Corpus Christi. Define what it is that you love about the quirkiness, what it is that you would like to also have, but it's okay if you don't have those things.
Right.
And then you're going to narrow it down to 2. From those two places, you're going to go and visit multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And this is based on this moment in time. Okay. What that means is you might go to Corpus Christi and then decide these are the 2. And then you might go to 1 and then you go, nope, this is it. I already know, it's very clear, because all of that work in between will change the timeline of what I'm saying right now. So this is based on this moment in time. And so if you get the clear understanding of where you're meant to go, you're going to then just kind of fold time and go, that's it, I'm going to go. If you're still in flux and you really want to confirm, because it is a gigantic move and it is your last move, they're saying last-ish move, because there might be something else that comes into fruition that might change your mind on that. They're saying that if you go and you observe the places, and the quirks are really important, the quirkinesses are really important. So I hope that helps. Right.
It helps a lot. Thank you. I appreciate that, because that kind of verified what I was thinking anyway.
Oh, good. I just see you with a beach hat on the beach, enjoying just relaxing, and just the crystals in the ocean with the water and the sand and all that stuff. So enjoy it and take your time, because they're saying it's not a rush. It's more about aligning yourself with the energy of it.
Right. Exactly.
So, thank you, sweetie.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And again, guys, if something is resonating with you in this, it is for you to leave behind what doesn't resonate. I get a lot of relocation questions, and I love that they were talking about affirming what you want. And that's like the big message here, is affirmation of affirming. All right, Miss Jennifer, go ahead and turn your camera on.
Yay!
Welcome. All right, my dear, what question do you have?
I'm more so wondering about leaving the corporate world and trying to do like a consulting type business. I really feel like I don't have the modality down part of what I really want to do. And I've dabbled in like astrology. I'm really fascinated by the work of Dolores Cannon and doing past life regression. So I'm just kind of in this place of like an in-between, and I've made like some major moves to try to promote this, but at the same time have had to continue on in my past career also. So it's kind of this like weighing going on, I guess you could say. But I'm also wondering about like, is this a kind of initiation that I am missing, or what is the piece? I feel like there's a piece I haven't got to yet, is the whole reason it hasn't come together yet.
Well, what I'm hearing is that it's not time for you to completely step out of your current career, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's times where it's really important for us to take our time and learn a craft while still supporting ourselves and our family. And I think so often we'll hear on the internet, like, oh, you can quit your job and you're going to make $40,000 in just 1 month. Just do this one thing. And what they don't tell you is everything that's involved in doing that. And those results are very, 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 very rare. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of patience to build a business. And so the true question that you're really asking, and tell me if I'm off on this, is like, how do you take the steps to building your business?
Yeah, I guess so. It's more so about the correct steps too.
Okay.
I don't want to be pursuing a path that I'm not really feeling like this was what I was always supposed to do, if you will, so I don't want to misstep either and save myself some time.
Okay. So again, what was shared with Raven about failure, because you're just saying it, she said, I don't want to fail. And you're just saying, what are the correct steps? So essentially you're like, I want it to be perfect and I don't want to make mistakes and I don't want to fail. Here's the thing. You are going to have all sorts of different things that are going to pique your interest, that you're going to try in your business. And some of those things that you try are going to go amazing. And some of those things that you do are going to be learning lessons where you're like, I will not do that again. And I can tell you firsthand, I have had many of those moments, but those moments have never made me want to quit what I'm doing. And so part of this is for you. So first off, the first step is to study. And it's to study a lot. So whatever it is that you're really interested in moving into and we're going to change the word from consultant because that doesn't define what you're doing. What you're doing is you're moving into a practitioner healer role. It's very different than consulting. Can you feel the energy when I'm saying that? Does consulting versus practitioner or practitioner healer, like what one, when you feel those in your body, which one feels more spacious or more doable?
Oh, healer, practitioner for sure, because it seems very clear then.
Okay, so beautiful. So that's step one. It's defining that role. Okay, so let's let go of the consultant role because consultant is a very generic term and you're not generic. Okay, and consulting please know if you're a consultant, that's not anything against you. It's just, this isn't what you're doing. You're a practitioner, you're a healer, and that's what you're going to move into. You're wanting to do past lives. That is the craft that they want you to work on, and work on it like it's a job. It's your livelihood, but make it fun. And so how do you do that? Well, one, you practice. If you haven't signed up for the course, sign up for the course, but you practice and you practice. And anytime you think that you're not doing it, do it again anyways, because you need to keep practicing. Without the practice, you can't really master the craft. And mastering the craft does not mean you master the craft in a month or in a week. It's a lifetime that you get the opportunity to master it. Which also means you don't have to be perfect while you're doing it.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. I'm always like, what if I get it wrong?
It's okay.
It seems so detrimental if it's something is misquoted or something. And I just feel like in my own self, I wouldn't want that, I guess. So,
Yeah. But
mhm.
as you're practicing, people know that you're practicing.
Right. Yeah. There's
So
that
like,
too.
for example, like for the program that I run for Akashic Records for Sacred Awakening, we have our
Mhm.
students practice to get certified. In order to get certified, they have to practice. Just like a doctor, in order to get their doctorate degree to get to practice medicine, they have to practice it. And guess what?
Mhm.
When they graduate and they get they're in a doctor's office, guess what? They're still practicing medicine. Just like
Right.
with practicing meditation or practicing yoga or practicing Pilates or we practice cooking dinner every day, right? Or cooking food.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yes.
But we're practicing that art, that craft. And they're saying
Mhm.
it's so important to let go of perfectionism.
Mm.
Because you're not going to hurt someone because you care too much. And if you practice, the only way you're going to get better is to practice so that you don't hurt someone. And so
Mhm.
if you're practicing, it's going to allow you to build the confidence that you require in order to start this business that you want to succeed.
Mhm.
Also, with practicing, it allows you to articulate what it is that you do in a very unique way because it's your voice. You're connecting to your tribe, and they're going to get it when you speak it. But if you're not practicing, they're not going to get it.
Mm. Mhm.
Make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's something over a period of time. It's not something tomorrow.
No.
So,
What I see you doing, again, timelines can change. What I see you doing is taking the next year to year and a half where you're devoted to your practices with an S,
mhm.
where it's like you're not worried about leaving your career because that takes that pressure off.
Mhm.
All you're not worried, but all you're focusing on is mastery, craft,
Mhm.
practice.
That's really interesting because I just moved into this house to kind of isolate myself, if you will, because I am wanting to study more and all of these and read more and just not be obligated to care for everybody else.
I love it. Well, there you go, my dear. Perfect confirmation. Do
Okay,
you have any
great.
other questions or clarification on anything you shared with
I
me?
just know like my daughter and I, like, we've never lived on our own before. So this is a really big move for me and her, just to be able to bond on ourselves because we've always been with my mother. And so moving away without my mother has been like a lot of changes for me in that dynamic. So that has been, again, another part of not having to tend to all these other things and more tend to my things.
Yeah, this chapter is for you to focus on you. You've done everything you're supposed to do, and now it's time for you to focus on you and focus on what your most aligned path is and what you're being drawn to do because you've done everything for everybody else, and now you get to be in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
own it and enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
You're so welcome, my dear. Well, good luck. I'm so excited for you and your daughter. Enjoy that time.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Hi, Paul.
How are you?
Good. I love your hair.
Thank you.
What question
Yes.
do you have?
Well, I have a lot, but given the theme of today's session, I think I gotta go with my very first one. So it's regarding relocation and next steps. We've been living in Florida for the past 5 years, and we've been kind of in this frozen by indecision, if you will. If we should
Frozen
move
by
back.
decision.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. If we move, we should move back home to Puerto Rico. So we finally took that decision, and I would want to ask, what are the steps, or which steps would be in our eyes and best to not necessarily succeed there, but to make it what we want, to have the life that we want to have, right? And I know there's a lot of exercises that we could do, but any sort of guidance would be much appreciated.
Yeah. So part of it is letting go of the journey to making that decision. Because there was a lot of discussions, a lot of back and forth,
Yes.
a lot of feelings that might not have felt heard or seen. And so there's making peace with that journey on both ends. And that right there is going to open up the door to the new chapter. And right when I said that, I felt like all the creative juices, all of the power coming into the solar plex, because it's like, ooh, we get to do this new thing. And it creates a completely different experience to the chapter. And so it's closing this chapter and then opening the next one. I am not sure if you guys are interested in purchasing or renting. Where are you guys at with that?
So we're from Puerto Rico, and for the past 5 years, we've been renting our house there. So we will be going back to our house. Part of it is because we've been here and the market went crazy, and we decided, let's just go back home. There's no need to be in this paralysis, if you will, and just let's go home, basically.
Okay, perfect. So part of what you're going to do to opening up this new chapter is putting some fresh lipstick on. And what I mean by that is getting some paint, decorating in a new way, and letting go of some stuff before you move. Part of the purge is purging old life to create new life.
Yes.
And they're saying that there are essentials to bring. Mm-hmm. And then there's sentimentals that are hard to not bring. So there are some certain sentimentals to absolutely bring. And then there are some sentimentals to highly consider letting go of.
Mm. Yeah. That resonates.
And one of the things that they're saying is you'll have a clear knowing for yourself. Your partner will have to figure out their clear knowing. And I'm not in your partner's record, so I can't give that direction. But for you, it's going to be a very clear yes or a very clear no. If you hesitate on maybe, what's the answer, Paul?
No.
Exactly.
Yes.
So they're saying this purge, you can think about it like they're using this analogy. If you are in ceremony and you're in a plant ceremony and you have a purge, what are you purging? You're purging old stuff that's no longer necessary for you to have in your system, in your energy field. And this purge is also very big in the new opportunity that you guys have moving into this new chapter. And I want to go back to the lipstick. They're saying like a lipstick renovation would be very helpful. And what they mean by lipstick is not like super crazy. Let's renovate the kitchen. Let's renovate all this stuff. No, it's like putting up some fresh paint, possibly changing out some hardware, like very small, minimal things that don't cost a lot, but will make the place uniquely yours again.
Well, yes, all that is things that we're, writing down and making sure that we accomplish. Steps. So thank you. And the purge, that's how I've been kind of getting it as well. Gotta get this purge going.
Because it's not a small move. It's a big move.
Yeah. It's really is more of mental. It's been 5 years of this going back and forth. So definitely it's a breath of fresh air, and I'm glad we're doing it. But yeah.
I'm being guided to share this with you. My husband and I, we gone back and forth since 2018. Well, it was even further back than that, on where we wanted to live, where we wanted to plant roots. And we moved a lot. And we finally, in 21, we ended up here. And I will tell you, it's a breath of fresh air once you land somewhere and you know you're not moving. And that's the most important part of this message for you is you both have to let go of the entire journey to come up to this decision and just jump all in. It's like, in the way that I see it, it's like a summer pool party. It's like, you guys are like, yep, we're letting that go. And you both are just like taking each other's hand and jumping right into the pool, all clothes on. Just like, yes, we're doing it. Let's do it. And so that will create a different level of peace in both of your nervous systems.
Yes, thank you. Makes so much sense. It's good validation. So I'm grateful. Thank you so much.
Yay. Awesome, my dear. Well, thank you so much for answering your question. Bye. All right, beautiful souls. So if anything, there's a lot of relocation stuff happening today. I love themes like this because even if you're not thinking about relocating somewhere, just for example, with Paul's information, what is it that you are ready to purge? What is it that you're ready to let go of? What is it that you are requiring peace around in a relationship or conversation you've had with someone that you're in relationship with? And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It's so important that we purge things to make new opportunities. It's so important that we forgive any indecisions that we make. We all have the ability to be crippled in indecisions. And so it is a beautiful opportunity for us to let go of the past so we can embrace the future possibilities that are ready to be gifted to us at any moment in time. So someone said, gosh, your reference about the nervous system felt very relevant to me. Yes, it is moving or just making peace. And like the nervous system just wants some love. The nervous system just wants to calm down. We are going to be doing a free masterclass from June 12th through June 16th. It's called Light Language Illumination, and the link will be in the show notes. Our podcast description. We'll also email it out. So if you're not on our email list, sign up for our email list. You can go to theamyrobeson.com. You can click on free gifts. We have 20 plus free healings if you haven't taken advantage of those. This series is so fun because we literally do a light language healing every day during the series, and it builds, like it builds and builds and builds and builds. And I'm so excited for it because every time I do it, something new comes up. The registration for it will be in the thing, and then we'll also have it on the website as well. And you can go to theamyrobeson.com, and there'll be a pop-up that will be available for you to sign up when that's open to sign up. I love the records for many reasons. And one of them is to assist in decisions. And the guardians can assist us in understanding what is possible on our journey and if it's the right decision or not. And if you're listening to this and you're wanting to know more about the what if I'm talking about, one of the things that I like to personally do if I'm doing something like that is I like to take and ask myself a question that I'm in fear of. And so let me give you an example. When COVID happened, I think there's a lot of people that were in fear when COVID happened. And because COVID was something nobody understood what was going to happen, why we were shutting down, I could feel all sorts of fears percolating in my body. And one of the things that I ended up doing was going down the rabbit hole of all the worst case possible scenarios so that I didn't have to sit there and boil in them and sit there and let them run rampant through my mind. So, for example, if so the world shuts down, I have to shut down my business, what would I do? What would that look like? And then I would just go down all those rabbit holes of what this, that, and whatever. And by the end of doing the rabbit hole of the what ifs, I literally just sat there and laughed at all of the ridiculous things that I was considering a fear. And ultimately, at the end of the what if journey, in this particular journey, I knew that no matter what, I was going to be okay and everything was going to be okay. And so we can do these what if journeys with things. Now, what you want to make sure that you stay away from is if you are in fear and the what if journey is just causing you to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into fear, it's not an appropriate exercise at that moment in time because it's not supporting your nervous system or supporting your journey. And so if you find that you're still in fear, it's time for you to do something different. And that could be going to talk to someone, journaling about it, going and exercising, doing something to release some energies so that you can clear your mind and then hit the reset button. And there's so many things that we can be in fear of, but fear is what shackles us to the past. And fear is what keeps us in the same position if we choose not to do something with it. And so we have to befriend fear in a different way. And I find that the what ifs kind of help with that. And then I try to find some sort of resolution when I'm going down the what if path. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed today's free group Akashic Record podcast recording. If you're interested in doing this again, let me know. This is something that I plan to do. And thank you all for if you filled out our podcast survey. And if you don't know, we are also on YouTube now with our podcast recordings, and we'll be uploading the recordings every week as well. And our YouTube handle is Amy Robeson. So thank you all for joining me. If you are interested in sharing this with a friend, please share it with a friend. And remember, what resonates with you, keep, and what doesn't, let it go. All right, friends, I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.